from 1961. We had an organization in New Brighton called the New Brighton Arts Association. I became part of that organization. And we were doing all sorts of things like dancing, nothing serious, indoor games. I suppose the people who actually started the association wanted to take us, the youth, from the streets, not to be idle. And then later, we heard that Athol Fugard is coming back to Port Elizabeth. Because we had no drama within our midst, we decided to approach him to become part of the New Brighton Association. Luckily, he agreed to be part of us. I am what I am today. I was nurtured by that man. He couldn't teach me acting. He couldn't teach me how to interpret a story, but he nurtured the little talent that I have. I shouldn't forget that I must always give him his accolades. We were the Serpent Players. We were one of the top 5 drama groups in the world. And I read about this when I was in the UK. I said, oh, am I this famous? Do people around the world know of me? You see, I took it personal, as if it was me in the Serpent Players alone. We worked as amateurs from 61 to 72, when Athol Fugard felt that our wings were strong enough, we could fly, and we soared. I remember when I started flying like low, I went to Cape Town. I started working at the Old Space Theatre. There I worked with Barney. We did some Greek mythology, Medea. I did that. You know, those days, if a white person, you're acting opposite a white person, because I was then working opposite Yvonne Bryceland, one of the giants in the country. I was working opposite Yvonne Bryceland, and I played her servant, a lady in waiting, but a very crafty lady in waiting, who taught her all the tricks. And when the director said, Nomhle, subserviency, she is supposed to be your boss, I said, my foot subserviency. I'm not going to do that. So we discussed, me and Yvonne, we discussed the character. Yvonne, have you got a problem with my character? Yvonne said, no problem. I spoke to the rest of the cast. It was only Barney Simons who didn't want me to play it toe-to-toe with Yvonne. Come opening night, I did my thing. I did my thing. I shined on that stage. Yvonne shined next to me. We did our thing, we soared. Now came critics the following day or 2 days later. Wow, kudos to Nomhle Nkonyeni. I said, yeah, I've arrived. Kudos to Yvonne Bryceland. Now, if they compare you with giants like Yvonne Bryceland, you should know you have paved some way for yourself. So I phoned Nico Malan, then the Artscape now. I phoned them, I said, my name is Nomhle Nkonyeni, I am an actress. Oh, Nomhle, we've read so much about you. Would you like to come over and talk to us? It was then taboo for those theaters to employ a black person. So I went to see them. The then artistic director was Peter Fourie. Okay, they interviewed me because they were not auditioning me. We had a chat. Nomhle, can you prepare some 3 pieces for an audition? I said, fine. I did my auditions 3 weeks later. I went back, did my auditions. It was like, okay. Okay. And then I heard nothing from them for 2 months or so. My husband then was in Lesotho. So she phoned again. My mother gave her my number. She phoned me, Nomhle, Peter Furu would like to talk to you. I said, is there a job? It was tough. Those days was tough. You couldn't get a job. You could do this play and think tomorrow you're going to be in another one. You had to wait for 6 months or some such. So she spoke to me, Nomhle, Peter Furu would like to talk to you. Hi, Peter. Hi, Nomhle. Where are you? I said, I'm in Lesotho, Peter. I want you back in Cape Town. For what, Peter? I want you to do the surf jare van Popinongena. I said, what? The surf jare van Popinongena? I said, Peter, I don't know Afrikaans. He said to me, praat bietjie Afrikaans met me. Ek kan mos nie suiwer Afrikaans praat. That's me now. Nomhle, be on the next flight. They sent me money. I flew back to Cape Town. Come opening night. Nomhle was at her best. Right now, we're going to tour. I got myself an award for that as well. There are so many awards. It will take me forever. We were now coming to Port Elizabeth. Things were rife then. People were unhappy with the situation in the country. And I said, God, I'm going to go to Port Elizabeth. I know Port Elizabeth is volatile. God, how am I going? Luckily, one journalist from the Herald gave me an interview. He actually came to Cape Town to interview me for this Afrikaans production, doing Afrikaans. Titel. What are they going to say? You, I'm going to be burnt alive. Fine. We come to Port Elizabeth. These guys were, my family organized a welcoming party at home in New Brighton. None of them had ever been to any township, let alone New Brighton with its history. So we had this party. Oh, they're nice people, nice. I'm blowing my trumpet. So we had this party. It was nice. You know, the white lady is dancing with the black guys. Yes, it's like this. Yeah, it's like this. It's not. So we had that party. We performed at the Opera House for the first time. That stage at the Opera House. And it was the same. I had the same feeling as well when I was performing at the Nico Malan. Yeah, I'm the first person who has knocked down this door. I'm not going to pull it back. I'm not going to close this door. Others should follow. I walked out of that and I left that door and people came after me. Same applies here at home. I never closed that door. I actually burst it and people came after me. At least I have made some history. I felt so good because this company. Thereafter, I went to work. I worked for SAPC. Before, I worked for a private company, film company, but I missed the stage. I think I worked for UCA for 3 years. I started working for them as a storyteller. Umakhulu uyasibalisela. Granny is relating stories to us. So it was a lovely program for kids. And I was employed there full-time thereafter. I worked for them for 3 years, but there was something missing in me. I need to go back to theater. This is not my thing. This is just not my thing. Fine. There is another white elephant in the Transvaal, PACT, Performing Arts Council of Transvaal. I phoned them. My name is Nomhle Nkonyeni. The then artistic director was Francois Swart. Phoned them. Oh, Nomhle, come, can we have a chat? I went there. had a chat. That was in 1985. I had a chat with them, and there as well it was, yeah, sure, yeah. We've read so much about you, yeah, good, good, good. And it was quiet. January 1985. It was myself, Aletta Bazaidenhout, Jackie Singer, Claire Stopford, who happens to come from Port Elizabeth as well, and Nandi Nyembe. We were called by PACT. They said, can you create something? We went on to our pens. I'm not a writer. I'm a chancer when it comes to writing. We went on to our pens, no ideas, brainstorming. We came up with Ulovana Jive, the Chameleon Jive. We opened the Windy Brow Theatre in 1985, but not officially. It was, the Windy Brow was opened officially in 1986. So we did that. Oh, good. Thereafter, I was employed by PACT for 14 years. And then, the film industry. Oh, gosh. I can't remember how many films I've made. But they're over 30. Don't say I'm lying. They're over 30. And I did feature movies with outside companies. I remember, hey! I worked with some French, and these guys insisted that I speak French. I can't speak French. So they would record, and I would write it down in Xhosa. I would write it down in Xhosa as long as I pick up the pace, the rhythm. So I did exactly that. The film was called Les Enfants d'Afrique. So I did that. I said, do you speak French now, Nomhle? You speak French? Then I worked, there's so many films that I did. I did The Red Dust. Red Dust was written by one of Joe Slovo's kids. I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. Yes, yes, you know them. Okay, I'll tell them that I met you. Anyway, I did that. I was working with British-Nigerian guy. He's quite famous now, Chiwetel. And Chiwetel and Marius Veas, he's a local. Babe Ibophile. It was tight. The cast was like, you know Mimos, some of you poof. And then I worked in that movie. I worked with Hillay Swank. Now, just a bit of the story. My son was in exile. He came back. He was killed by the Boers. Sorry if there's any Boer here, but it's a farmer, no offense made. A Boer is a farmer. So he was killed. Marius Veas was representing the family. He played a lawyer. But he had a protege, am I right? Hey, I'm speaking English today. From America, which was played by Hillay Swank. The directors were happy with my performance. And he said, cut. Oh, good, I've done it. Now, Tom was British. It was British money, American money. I don't know if South Africa contributed anything. Anyway, those were the people behind the finance. Tom said, I saw Hillary going towards Tom. And Tom says, Nomhle, don't step down. I said, what now? Can we redo? I said, what? Were you not happy? What is wrong? What have I done? No, Hillary doesn't like the way you welcomed her in your house. I said, I'm going to speak French, real French now. I said, fuck! She doesn't like the way I welcomed her. Who is she? I said, Tom, it may be your money. It may be American money. It may be British money. But the story is mine. You can't come and tell me all the way from America. You come and prescribe to me how to welcome a person in my house, in an African household. I said, bullshit. Well, he said, I said, who's director here? Is it you, Tom, or Hillary? He said, it's me, Nomhle. And I'd never had that kind of confrontation with him. So he says, can we just try it the way, I said, succumb to what she wants. I said, all right, Tom, I'll do it. She comes into my house, I say, hello. That pen, no emotions, nothing. No, let's go back to the African emotions. I said, good shot. Who is Hillary to come and tell me in Africa how to treat people? She had no right to prescribe. She had no right to do that. Those of you who watch television, it's on channel 161. You've missed it anyway. You've missed it because it will be the last episode. You'll see it, yes, you'll see it next time. We are doing a second series very soon. You watch me on television, channel 161. You will see me there. You will see me there and I'm out of here.